forward.
You catch Takeo glancing your way. He quickly focuses elsewhere and smooths back his hair when he notices your attention. Something on your
Is
mind?
there anything the Watcher does not see? We have both seen the worst of the city. How the Raparu cluster like sea rats. Without Delver's Row, Onakaza must work harder to deserve the trust of the Raparu. How did the stone walls and paved lanes of Nekataka divide us so? You have walked the length of Nekataka's spine. How would you serve the needs of all these people at once?
Hmm. I would probably let the people organize their lives as they saw
You
fit.
think that something in the great pattern of Nekataka does not align with the Hawana way?
Takeo absently tugs one of his hairs. For the moment, he seems totally withdrawn. Finally, he snaps back into focus, regarding you with a smile which seems both genuine and strained.
I was hard-pressed to find insight like yours in Pariki's Overlook. You
More
have
questions?
questions? Ikera, I have answers.
The Kanga royalty seem very taken with you.
Between the crown and the guild, Nekataka has high hopes for Ngati's chosen son, I say. If Ngati had not blessed me, I say the goddess touched me for more than enriching one tribe, glorifying one island.
You give people hope.
If people need hope, they should pray harder, or look to their own grindstone.
He gives you an annoyed look, holding it there for longer than necessary before tossing his hair with a gentle squish.
I say there is me, Takehu, and there is the Takehu others would make like a coconut husk doll. The more I try to be the Takehu I know I am, the harder I am constrained. What say?
You give too much power to the expectations of others.
But it is the adoring people who made Takehu the savior of the tribes. Many think that I have a duty to the Hawana. I say I am the only one unconvinced.
I'm the Lord of Kadnua, but you don't see me rebuilding my keep.
Ikera, just so.
Hesitating at first, Takero envelops your hand into his. Whoa, buddy. Slow down, I'm taken. The scales along his palm both prickly and warm. Just as it seems he will break away, instead he leans in closer.
I know how I seem. We did not have this word, conceded, before Adirans landed on the Isles. If Ngati had not touched me, I wonder if anyone would care.
The world around you darkens, and once again you feel an insistent tug for your attention. The pull centering from Takeo's soul. Sorry, the sensation. Once again, you find yourself in Andro's waterlogged hall of power. The tired swaying of bioluminescence chandeliers casts uneven rays of light down on her court.
Poor boy. He has it backward, as usual. I did not choose him so that he could do great things. I chose him because talent should be fostered toward any end. How fortunate that you are here to set him on the right path. I know you won't disappoint.
Apologies. I say I never miss an opportunity to talk about myself.
I had some questions.
You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
Tell me about Watership.
The art of our ancestors, I say. To bend water to our will is a gift from Mother Ngati to her chosen people. Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of Ngati's talent into a series of postures and meditations we call the 4 forms of water shaping. Try as we might to embody Ngati's, the body's internal water is a force that conquers all. Even the
Yeah, we
mount,
already went
water
all over
commands
this
its
stuff.
vessel, and the vessel can be shaped as surely as the mountain. The form of metamorphosis, Ikera? The art is a challenge to grasp.
Okay. Worthless
I
idiot.
join crew. Worthless now, Arkamir.
Oh, we need to go back to Arkhamir. Oh, God.
I should come clean about something, Captain.
Speak your mind.
Atsura didn't set me loose just so I could stay busy. Fact of the matter is, he gave me a job to do. I've got this stack of missives I need to deliver. Noble errand, right? The company has a lot of people working away from headquarters, and Atsura trusted me to get these in the right hands. I hope that isn't a problem.
What's in these missives?
A bit of everything. Shipping manifests, requisitions for supplies, work orders. Mostly work orders. You wouldn't believe how much paperwork it takes to run a navy.
I ran a grand estate for a time. I have an idea.
Ah, yes. Making good with the locals, paying off bounties. Maybe Aethys did you a favor when he stepped on Cadnua.
Maybe a little bit.
I didn't actually mean that.
Anything else I should know about this job of yours? Reaching back to tighten her bun, Maya takes a moment to consider your question.
Don't take it personally if I'm vague on some of the details. Atsura likes his discretion, even when it comes to boring bureaucratic stuff.
As long as it's nothing I should worry about.
The second that I need you to worry, you'll know. Count on it. This one's bound for Harama, an acquaintance, good sailor. He's somewhere off in Tikawara.
Ah,
And these are for Tuaha, an old friend stationed in Port Maje. You meet some strange types in the Navy.
got some
I've
questions.
Got some answers.
Oh, never mind.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Tell me about Romaro. He considers you for a moment before nodding.
Aye. I trust you, Cap. When I were a wee swabby, fresh to the sea, it were Romaro that showed me the ropes and rigging. More than that, he kept his weather eye open for me. The sea be a right poxy ore on occasion, and life aboard the Sorcerer, that and more. Malnash, our ship hunter, she were all wet and bothered for doing me harm. And Romaro, he protected me. Mentored me too. Learned me letters and navigation, handed down the Principe traditions. In time, we became close as kin or closer. And the Sorcerer, my family.
How did Romaro end up in trouble with the Principe?
Right, fantastic fucking question, Cap. Word out with mutiny. But I'll be putting about as much stock in that as a dockside doxy for manners. Well, no, I don't normally be singing no praises of veracity, Cap. But in the matter of Romaro, I'll be hunting the truth.
You told me a lot about the two of you, but not much about him.
Fair. He be of old Valian stock. A good man and righteous. Not honest, of course, but honourable. Were our shipboard sawbones, more than half handy at it.
Never mind.
More than one swabby be on the old salt of deferral from the wheel.
Were you romantically involved?
Why, Cap?
Question.
You be feeling a bit of the old envy?
Maya smirks and folds her arms.
Nay, we never shared a bunk. Not that I'd have kicked him out of a hammock, but, like I said, we be family. He never took advantage.
Why did this Malnaj want to hurt you?
Well, only knows, Cap. She treated me like my mere presence gave offense.
I promise we'll find.
Thanks, Cap. I'll be holding you to it.
Tell me about yourself.
I ain't no liar, Cap. Lies be for novices. Then I be possessing a mastery of the verbal arts. My tongue be the most flexible weapon in my arsenal.
I'd like to ask you about the Principe.
Ooh, ask away, Cap.
Who are the Principe exactly?
Formerly the Principe San Petrena. The princes, without a home, They came from Grand Valia ages ago. Now they be the scourge of the Deadfire. More than that, ain't for the likes of me to say. Ooh, ask away, Cap.
How do the Principe operate?
Raiding seafaring vessels mostly. Seasoned ships cargo. Ships themselves if they be worth anything. If there be passengers of high birth, we be taking them for ransom too. Ain't squeamish about slaying, but be avoiding it when we can. Get yourself known for killing folk. They get more likely to fight you when you come for the gold.
You only get known for killing folk if you're not so great at killing folk.
Shooting a man from the shadows be one thing. Sinking a god's damn carrack be another entire. Ooh, ask away, Cap.
I seem to enjoy being Principe.
Aye, that I do, Cap.
We're all if I were looking to enlist, how would I do so?
Enlist, Cap. We ain't the flog-stroking Rowatai Navy. Twixt the seaworthy vessel and passable crew, you've managed yourself the hardest part already. Now you just need to be setting yourself to piracy, after you be talking it over with the Consuelo.
Yeah, that sounds easy enough.
No, we ain't exactly a bunch known for housing hard-ons for hard rules. Ooh, ask away, Cap. Aye, that I do, Cap. What not? Smell of the sea, creak of the rigging, blast of the cannons, rush aboard and a right piece of prey. A mug of spice rum in my hands and a bawdy song on my lips. A lad or lass in every port and another in my hammock. Be a pirate's life for me.
All the things you get out of being a hairy, smelly cutthroat, I get out of being a decorated officer. It'd be funny if it wasn't so sad.
No worries, lass. I'll be making a right honest pirate of you yet. Is she's a too. Ooh, ask away, Cap.
Never mind.
Aye, Cap.
All right, farewell. Okay, well, guess we made some. This is something definitely we'll be doing a lot.
I see your plan.
Which is basically just whenever we basically leave a port, we're pretty much gonna talk to everybody before. Well, we'll end up talking to everybody before we officially head on out.
Watcher, tell me what's on your mind. You know where to find me.
Is there something you wanted to talk about? You only have to ask.
Captain. Or should I call you the Watcher of Cadnua? I confess that title. Something of a mouthful.
I take you've heard something of me.
This and that. Your involvement in Duke Avar's hearings on animancy and the aftermath brought you to the attention of animancers across the Reach.
Cadnu is gone. Just Captain now.
Captain it is, then. When you took me aboard, you neglected to mention that you were in pursuit of a rampaging deity.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have told you what was going on.
I appreciate the apology, but it's unnecessary.
Huh?
The Blue Colossus may be one of the defining events of the age. I count myself fortunate to bear witness to your investigation. Speaking of, let us return to it, yeah? Captain, do you require my expertise?
I'd like to ask you about your condition.
My condition? If by that you mean the results of my experiment upon the sea, I have no interest in discussing it at this time, or likely ever.
If you change your mind, you can talk to
I
me.
appreciate that, but I assure you that I will not.
How did you end up in the Valiant
It was
Republic?
neither so random nor so strange a thing as your question would suggest. In a word, animancy. The Republics take the most progressive attitude towards the subject, and thus they attract its foremost scholars, among whom I count myself.
Did you enjoy the Republics?
Very much so. Though I imagine you capable of finding someone much better suited to telling you of them. I spent most of my time in laboratories and libraries.
Tell me of the laboratories.
In a way, your ship reminds me of them. A dozen kith from every corner of Aora, working towards a common goal. While your crew pursues Aethys across the sea, ours pursue the future, each chasing our own dawn.
But libraries.
I admit bias, but they are very likely the grandest in the world. Imagine great domes rising above your head, shelves along each wall, stacked high with tomes, as if the building itself were built of bound pages. They were the true treasure of the Republics. The collected histories, dramas, and comedies of Old Valia. The most advanced arcane theories of Adir. The most ancient liturgical texts of Anguith. And the most advanced treatises on animancy.
Anything interest you besides studying?
Many things. A strong dark tea, a comic play, the song of a whale, the soft resistance of paper to quill or fabric to needle. Discovering what's just over the horizon. There exists things in this world beautiful and wondrous both. One only needs leave the land to find them. Speaking of, let us see what the horizon holds, yeah?
Okay. Now,
Hey,
Ayla,
you look like you have something on your mind.
I'd like your opinion on the Juana leadership.
The Queen seems to operate with a light hand on the tiller, so to speak. And I think that's a good thing. What the Deadfire needs is someone who can lead its people without smothering them.
What do you think of the Royal Deadfire Company?
I think they're one of the most ordered and deliberate organizations I've ever seen. And I don't entirely trust that. Not after the Leaden Key.
Did you ever make it back to Adir?
As a matter of fact, I did. I saw my mother for the first time in years.
Oh,
It was.
we already... Well,
As a matter of... I saw my mother... My father was steward to an earl in the Seathwood.
we already know about this, but we'll
My
go ahead and
mother
put
entered
through.
into a hamnig with a thane when I was very young. I think they must have loved each other once, but I recall little evidence of it. It was.
Alright, that's all. The Marine salute. Mariner salutes.
Hey, look who it is.
I'd even give anything to be back ashore. Gotcha. Alright, well,
I'll see to it.
the only person... It's selectable, but yet it's not even giving me that option. Okay, so quests. Lantern of Gone. That's Shodi's quest. Okay, Portamage, the Hylian Temple, and the top of the Hylian Temple in Nekataka, where the Animancers are. Oh, we're not going. We'll probably just head on back over to Port Mage, I suppose. Then the storms of Pokahara. Learn about Pokahara and Tikawara. I think we may end up doing that. Oswald was kidnapped and taken there by whomever has been stalking him. She has asked me to travel to the temple and get her money from Oswald one way or another. But okay. Courier's calling. Maya's carrying a missive. Okay, so we will need to be doing this here. The Man of Chimes. We need to go to Dunnage. Okay, known locations. Dunnage, okay. How far was that? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, dear. That's not particularly far. No, it's not. Well, you know what? We'll head over there. Boom. Ooh. That might be our next stop. Ah, we're finally onto the high seas. Huzzah! All right, we'll probably take out Aloth for this one. If we can. Oh God, how exactly do I do that? Oh God, how exactly do I do that? Oh dear. How do I switch up my party without going into like the tavern and stuff? Oh. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Oh, she needs a level up. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. She's going to level 8, maybe? Okay, so... she's a rogue. Oh, she's a ranger rogue class. Okay, so what's this? Oh, meh. Aims for a spot that will leave a trail to track, inflicting raw damage over time to the target. Okay, that's this wounding shot. The ranger's aim becomes far more accurate. And then the ranger's shot now hobbles the target. Could do that. What do we got here? Bear's fortitude. Predator sense Heightens the predatory instincts of the ranger's animal companion, giving them a damage bonus on any creature suffering a damage over time effect. Oh, I always like that. What can we get out of here? Oh, meh. I'm about focus, but, oh, no, I don't care. Meh. Okay, she can do bows. War bows, to be exact. I'll probably just give her another pistol. Nani? That was a bit weird, but okay. Yeah, we'll say like that.
A ship! I am saved!
The dwarf fans himself with a dish rag. His face is dark and shiny with exertion. Sweat colors wide crescents on his shirt. He looks at you like a drowning man would look at dry land.
Weeks I've been stranded here. The Valiant Trading Company sends no one. Unless...
Diverus. The company's concerns are the Duke's concerns, which makes them my concerns. But saving your skin was not in my orders.
Then it is the will of gods and countrymen alike that I remain stranded.
Stranded? This is a settled island.
By whose standard do you call this settled?
You were saying?
Kosi, this tribe rattles my last nerve. I only tarry here because my shipmates went to Pococohara to search for Luminous Adra. I worry that Ruano, the local chieftain, gave Captain Bez and my crewmates a false lead.
Or didn't know the way himself and was just trying to impress the outsider.
Ugh, this is a terrible place.
Why would that be?
Why would I go bobbing for reason in shark-infested waters?
You get a pass because I like that one.
Ruano was the last to speak with the captain before she set sail. He squats in the hot northeast of that pitiful market. I would have joined her, but my stomach... something did not agree. Now it is weeks since they should have returned. I'm only the galley cook, not a search party.
I'd say he's one clove short of a bulb.
A cozy for my staring. It is unusual to see one of the locals so outfitted.
More unusual than a dwarf with no sense of direction?
I imagine the company will pay a bounty for word of the expedition.
You would search for them? Agrasima. Payment is assumed with the company. They are quick to buy what they do not have.
Oh, what has you so on edge?
When we landed on Tikawara, the chieftain gave us a welcome feast for the dukes. We feasted, danced, drank, and slept, only so we could feast, dance, and drink more.
Good to know your priorities were in proper order on company time.
Tell it to the captain. It was all her idea.
We're awfully busy for a man claiming to be ill.
Perco Blancanet, music and ale are medicine for the soul. Even so, they did nothing to soften Anaharu. He said we had come to rob and plunder. He and Nairi turned the villagers against us. After that, we slept on the boat and took turns watching the shore.
Except for me. I had to rest and recover, of course.
He talks.
But in the early hours, our Lookoutso Ruano and Anaharu disappeared together.
And where'd they go?
I am sure I do not know. All I heard was that they left the village. Then by the afternoon, only Ruano returned. Now no one here will even talk of Anaharu. Suspicious, no? Our captain was eager to leave before the winds changed again.
You mentioned Nahari.
The priestess?
No.
She imagines me in the jaws of our fish goddess. I know it. She lurks in the shrine next to that awful statue. I cannot stand her wicked looks, but if she does not scare you, then maybe you talk to her. I must watch the supplies at the trading post. You will come to check on me, yes?
Maybe. Huh. Interesting. Okay, key, trading post, Karui hut, chieftain's hut, communal storage hut, shrine.
Village starves, and you hide Kowiki fruit?
I hide nothing, you bloated pufferfish. Traitor! Gatty's jaws will close around you! Confess, Tamao, or will you let good food rot?
A young warrior's forehead is furrowed with lines and beaded with perspiration. He stands over a man bound to a pole.
Does mine look like a full belly, idiot? Question the rest of the Raparu. We all hunger.
Every word of the bound man emerges as an agonized wheeze. He glares up at Makaru.
Disgrace. Any other Raparu has worked 10 times in a day what you have in your life, and they do not complain.
Watcher, we can't just let this injustice stand. Do something, or I might.
Don't worry, I intend to.
You do? I mean, of course you do.
She grins big and brassy, unable to hide her happiness with you.
I say, this outsider speaks her mind like a Mataru. Another outsider. You visit Tikawara in hungry times. For what do you make of this hagfish, huh? Will Tamao confess if I tighten the ropes?
I take it he's done something wrong?
Keho caught this wretch stealing the last of the Koiki fruit. The tribe was to feast on it for a harvest ceremony.
I stole no Kowiki, but I wish I had. I would have hid it somewhere most unpleasant.
You hear this? A second chance we give, and Tamao throws it in our faces.
He's done this before?
Lied and stolen? Akira. When we have food, he takes more than he deserves. He steals baskets and pots, and even pilfered a spearhead from a warrior on the hunt. I say there is no person in Tikawara who he has not wronged in some way. Maybe no person in the Deadfire.
What say you, Tamao?
I say I deserve what others have in plenty. Shade, a full belly, a moment to kneel on cool sands. We stopped being a tribe when Ruano dragged us into the path of the outsiders. Now we can only save ourselves.
You shame us, Tamao. To return in your next life as a coconut crab would be too kind.
What was this Koiki ceremony?
We would have eaten the last of the Koiki as a tribe. This way we give our thanks to Kahopa, the eel of life. Now this cannot happen. Our harvest fails because this one puts his empty stomach higher than the gods.
isn't it? Hold on. Isn't it tradition to eat the whole fruit, seeds and all?
Akira, just so. To consume the fruit, seeds, and all. This is how we pray to Cahopa for bounty.
Would it make things better if I had some spare Kawiki fruit on hand?
I say, missing food is not the problem. Tamao betrays the tribe, dishonors the Reparo, denies all of us Cahopa's mercy. And he will surely wash back into our nets as a mudfish in the next life if he does not tell us where the Kawiki fruit is!
I might have an old primer on Raotayan naval punishments lying around. You could give those a try.
You speak like an outlander, but your face is of the tribes.
Forget I said anything.
So you have your guilty man. What's to be done?
The Kehoe's word is enough to give Tamao over to the waves.
Perfectly civilized. Go on.
This is our way.
Better to drown as an innocent man than starve with you fools.
Justice does not fill our stomachs or our hearts. It brings the gods no closer to ending this famine.
I mean, this is the way I would do it.
Akira, you would do this? I say, our Raga will dedicate the Feast of the Last Kawiki to your name. Until the Kawiki is found, I will delight in prodding this stubborn eel for answers. You are free to question him in your custom, I say, and Peheko, he tarries often by the beach.
I'd like to know about the village.
Then you must speak with the Ranger. His lodge is at the top of the hill, past the trading post. Nairi also knows much, but she is quiet ever since. Nairi, she tends the shrine in the northwest part of town, near the statue of Ngati. Yes.
What do you do here?
I am a warrior, like most Mataru. Can you not tell? We have little reason to fight on Tikawara, except when the fishermen drink too much of the dwarf man's liquor. But these are only small fights, not like it was on the island we left before, when the pirates, the slave... But what did I say? Tikawara does not give in abundance, but there are worse things, Akira.
All right, well, farewell. So far,